also in Vallejo area, eastbound 80 right there before Springs Road. We did have an earlier two-car crash blocking that left lane, but that has all been cleared, so traffic's not having any problems at the moment getting through. Your next traffic update is at 118 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Yeah, cloudy this morning, and then this front is going to come in. We'll have lows in the 50s. It's going to start raining in the North Bay after 7 a.m. and moving south. Windy and rainy across much of the Bay Area later today. Highs 50s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Abbey and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals. The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Were you abused by a priest or clergy member? You are not alone, and we can help you hold the church accountable, regardless of your age, and even if your abuser is no longer working, or even living. Thousands of victims have filed claims and been awarded significant compensation, but the deadline is quickly approaching, so call Stop Clergy Abuse right now. Your call is free, private, and confidential. Even if you don't remember the abuser's name, we may be able to help, but time is limited, so call now. Catholic dioceses have paid more than $3 billion to victims, with the average national settlement at $268,000. In parts of California, the settlements are much higher. Call 855-43-ABUSE now, or soon you may forever lose your chance to file a claim. You can't change the past, but you can be compensated for it. Call 855-43-ABUSE. A representative is standing by to help. Call 855-43-ABUSE. That's 855-43-ABUSE.
KCBS News Time 1:11. With the result of her corruption trial now hanging in the balance, Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith issued a surprise resignation letter yesterday. KCBS's Keith Minconi reports.
Smith faces multiple accusations over alleged corruption during her time in office, involving jail mismanagement, a bribery scheme, and unreported gifts. A jury is currently deliberating the case. A guilty verdict would have meant her removal from office, but that's no longer a possibility now that Smith has issued her own resignation. And it's effective immediately. An acting sheriff has already been named. Smith's many political opponents are welcoming the news.
I see this as a real opportunity for new beginnings, and I hope we all take it.
Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simidian.
We've got a chance now to both keep the public safe and reform the department at the same time. That's going to be challenging.
Smith's one-sentence resignation letter included no explanation for her decision, though she has staunchly denied the accusations levied against her, arguing that they are politically motivated. Her replacement will be decided in next Tuesday's election. In the South Bay, Keith Minconi, KCBS.
The San Jose Police Officers Association says the city should have called for mutual aid Saturday night when there were multiple shootings and stabbings. KCBS's Morgan Schaefer reports from San Jose. Police Department brass say there was no need.
73 calls were never answered on Saturday night, even as an entire swing shift was held over. Some officers working 16 hours. President of the San Jose Police Officers Association, Sean Pritchard, shared a moment in time at 3:30 in the morning.
When a supervisor had requested a couple of additional units, and the response from our dispatchers was, we do not have any available units citywide.
While the mayor was called out for not calling for mutual aid, the mayor does not have the authority to call for mutual aid. That lies within the command staff of the police department, who determined it was not needed. As Sergeant Christian Camarillo says, serious police calls were prioritized.
What does suffer and we don't get to as often as we would like to are the lower priority calls when we have major incidents like this. For example, a residential burglary, a car break-in.
The only time mutual aid has been called in decades has been for funeral coverage for an officer-involved shooting death and the George Floyd riots in 2020. In San Jose, Marty Schaefer, KCBS.
One person died and 4 others were wounded in shootings in Oakland on Friday. A fatal shooting was reported about 8:45 p.m. on International Boulevard. Officers found a man and a woman, both Oakland residents, with gunshot wounds. The man died at the scene and the woman was taken to the hospital in stable condition. About 15 minutes later, 2 more Oakland residents were wounded in the 1900 block of 42nd Avenue. Officers were alerted to the shooting by the city's gunshot detection system, according to police. Officers located a man and a woman with shooting injuries. According to a preliminary police investigation, the victims were shot after they interrupted someone who was trying to steal a cattle off a conveyor. The pair was taken to the hospital and were in stable condition, according to police. And coming up on KCBS.
I'm Jim Taylor, keeping up with changes at Twitter.
There's nothing that does quite what it is that Twitter does.
KCBS News Time, 1:15. It's time for sports. In baseball, Game 3 of the World Series was rained out last night in Philadelphia, and they'll try again tonight. Here's Ted Ramey from the Sports Desk.
The NFL trade deadline is tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon our time. The 49ers have already made a pretty sizable trade, acquiring running back Christian McCaffrey about 2 weeks ago. Is there a chance anything else happens?
I think we're pretty set, but we listen to calling anybody. We're never not going to listen to people, but I'd be surprised if anything goes down, but, until the deadline, we're always listening.
That is 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan speaking with the media at his usual day after game presser on Monday afternoon. 49ers are entering their off week before they return on the 13th of November to host the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Other NFL trade deadline news, the Ravens have acquired linebacker Roquan Smith from the Bears, with ESPN's Adam Schefter saying that the Ravens are sending the Bears a 2nd and a 5th round pick in the upcoming 2023 draft for Smith, who currently leads the NFL with 83 tackles so far this season. The Ravens are currently in first place in their division and looking to add on. Over to baseball, Game 3 of the World Series, scheduled for Monday evening in Philadelphia, has been postponed until Tuesday evening due to the threat of rain in the forecast. So everything moves back a day. Game 3 on Tuesday, Game 4 on Wednesday, Game 5 on Thursday, and if needed, Game 6 and 7 on Saturday and Sunday. That series currently tied at 1 game apiece between the Phillies and Astros. At the Sports Desk, Ted Ramey, KCBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian Scudamore, founder and CEO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, with a very important announcement.
Experts and analysts worldwide agree that 2022 will end with a particularly bad JRS. Probably the worst ever.
JRS.
Junk reproductive season.
And what exactly happens during JRS?
Sarah, junk is capable of reproducing in only a matter of minutes. How many times have you opened a door and been surprised by the amount of junk hiding behind it?
Lots of times.
Yes, and during junk reproductive season, we receive lots of boxes of new items. And there's no place to put them because all the storage spaces have gone JE.
JE.
Junk exponential.
But have no fear. We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Get ready for all those new boxes and packages to arrive.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We are just days away from the midterms, and there's no doubt the issues in our local elections have far-reaching implications for the Bay Area. We're breaking those issues down on The Home Stretch, Odyssey's new original podcast.
Elected officials need to tell the truth.
I'm KCBS political reporter Doug Sauber. Subscribe to The Home Stretch for a 15-minute download on the most pressing issues on this year's ballot. When you're talking politics, it's always kind of a battleground. KCBS delivers all news all the time on the Odyssey app. Listen to The Home Stretch on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th. It is 1:18 on your Monday morning. Monday, Tuesday. Goodness, November the 1st. Yeah, yesterday was Halloween. Yeah, how's it going there, Carolyn?
Do you have some of those candies with the little bourbons in it?
I wish.
Hey, if you're coming off that Bay Bridge on Eastbound 80 on that connector ramp to eastbound 580. Crews are still on the scene of this crash. It involves at least one vehicle. CHP is there, and at one point all lanes were temporarily stopped, but one lane is now open.